I'm correct to understand that you deliver every level up to
I will be
OT
delivering the
level
OT levels. Yes.
and using web auditing or
Uh,
internet
when
auditing.
when that time comes, yes, we're already doing everything I do right now is web auditing, except that uh, web auditing is good if you have an experienced PC. If a PC has been getting auditing, he says, "Oh, okay, do it on television, fine, I don't care." If somebody has never had much auditing, I have them come here or I go there and I spend 4 or 5 days with them, getting them through their life repair, getting them through their basic list, uh, maybe the first green form, something, get them cleaned up so I know that we're not playing with dynamite here. And then, or we know what kind of dynamite we're playing with, that's all. With the green form underway or out of the way, then I give them a couple of sessions where they're on their computer, I'm on my computer, and we're in different rooms in the same house, so that we can. I do internet auditing over a in a single dwelling. Get the PC used to starting up the computer, logging in, doing all the things that are necessary to start a session, and uh, 3 or 4 sessions like that, when they really feel confident, then they're free to go home. And I deliver probably 5 or 6 sessions a week sometimes. I've got some busy professionals and they really want auditing. It's helped them tremendously in their business. One gave me a success story. His business has gone up 60% this last year because he could get auditing when he wanted it, when he needed it, see. And then I combine that. For my case, I'm 55 years as a uh, uh, corporate executive in different capacities. So I do a little uh, career consulting, but not using green on white. I'm using ARC, KRC, all of the things that he as a being should be using, granting beingness to his employees. And it's amazing how in a work situation, just bringing somebody's awareness up that he could be granting beingness to his customers or to his clients or to his people gets more product out of them. And it works. And it's very natural. He doesn't have to remember rules. He doesn't have to look at admin scales, all of that. I could help him on admin scales, but I find that the biggest gains are on what happened. What did you say to this guy? So this client isn't returning your calls. What happened before that? In other words, I get them to look at how they're handling the business. How does their secretary greet people? How do just simple things like that. So I get a chance to help them on their business. I get a chance to help them on their personal life. And,
Okay.
and I'm using LRH Tech as it was written back uh, before the 60s, while he was still very enthusiastic and before he, started getting bitter and unhappy and things like that. Uh, there's there's also, this, there's also a lot of technology that is not on the bridge. There's lots of processes that were run, and then for one reason or another, they didn't sort of fit into a bridge that anybody could deliver to anybody.
Mhm.
and and I do tailored programs. I don't know if you do that or not, but all of my programs are tailored to the PC. I don't go, well, you have to do this, and then you have to do that, and you have to do that. I first of all find out what the PC wants handled. We do that. If we get to something where he's got communication difficulties, then it's like, okay, you need to do this grade. Let's handle all your communication difficulties, and then that comes right through. But if something came up uh, where the PC suddenly had a tension on some area of his life that wasn't being covered, I don't say, well, we have to wait until you're OT3 to handle that. We just address what's there for the PC. If it's there, if it's real, I have an excellent CS, and we review the programs. So yeah, I have great backup. I don't feel like I'm out here winging it. I'm just using LRH Tech the way that he used it.
Okay, as I understand, you are class 6, right?
No, I'm grad 5. Class
Grad
6 is
5.
the St. Hill
Okay,
Special Briefing Course.
okay.
I have not listened to all of the tapes in sequence. Probably listened to all of the tapes at one time or other, but anyway. Being a grad 5, uh, I don't even know if they still have grad 5, but I can deliver FPRD, HRD, every one of the rundowns, every single rundown, uh, and then all of the correction lists. So, and while I was training, because I was an OT, I audited at AO, and I used to do correction lists on OTs. When I was in Miami, I used to do correction lists on OTs. So I feel pretty comfortable in that area.
Well, and a little bit information that I use 2 line of internet, like duplication. When one line broken or not work, I used another line. Cable internet and IDSL internet. Understand, right?
Yes, I do.
This is give very stable work with a lot of people, because I work every day and very intensively.
I know.
You see, and that's why we need very stable connection. But statistics, it's media mediate. It's about maybe 1 time per month bad connection,
I
maybe one
see.
time per month.
Like right now, your video is frozen.
Yeah, some problem.
That's all right. But now you're off.
Okay, and next question. Uh,
Yes.
for example, give me some example of how you maybe was some situation when you can help very fast person who are in long distance from you.
Of course. Of course. It's all about that because
Yeah.
this is what inspired me. As a matter of fact, when I was on the OT levels, um, and you weren't supposed to talk to anybody about your case or anything like this, and you're on OT5, which is an audited action, and you don't have the money. There's months go by when you aren't at flag, and your OT case is attacking you and stuff like this. And I found that I could get a call, or I would call an OT, and together, two OTs could look at one OT's case and help things out just by inspection. No big processes, no running to the CS, just looking and saying what's happening, and whoa, it's gone. Well, I realized that was long before I ever set up my own practice. But it stuck with me, the fact that you could help somebody over the phone. And I have helped people, giving them assist, so just with the telephone line, where you talk to them and they're frantic, and just you have them do a locational right there, and you make them sit down, and then you do a book one kind of thing. Uh, they get their eyes closed anyway. You don't have to be there. You just have to be connected to them. So right now, for instance, my PCs schedule, uh, because they can get me anytime. They don't have to make long-term things. What we do is we schedule a week ahead. Okay, Tuesday night at 7. And we can do things like one of my PCs comes home from work. He has his own company. Comes home from work, has dinner with his wife, and we arrange that the session goes after dinner, and we do an hour, hour and a half. And then he goes out, then he can watch television or be with his wife. But if something comes up at work or something has happened, he can call me and we can have a session immediately. So yes, it's much more powerful being able to respond and not have to say, well, I can't get you in this weekend, but maybe next weekend. No, we just get on the phone and do it.
That's amazing.
Yes. But I need to tell you, I need to acknowledge something. It was your account of what you've been doing that inspired me to do it. You see, I decided I was going to do this. I went out and I bought the meters and I did the research, but there was nobody really doing it. There were people doing the psychic variety of internet thing with some success, obviously. Uh, and there were two or three people in England who were doing it, but not publicizing. You're the only one who has said, "Here's what I'm doing. I'm supervising classes," and I could see that your instrumentation was good, your dedication was good, and I said, "I need to do that. If you can do it, I can do it." So you were an inspiration to me. So and
Amazing.
you've been doing it for years. So
Yes. And for my opinion, that web auditing can provide only very good trained auditor, not beginner auditor.
yeah,
What do you think about this?
because I started this by saying the auditor has to have presence. I don't think somebody's going to be able to pick this up, buy a meter, get on the internet and say, "Hey, Joe, I'm going to audit you." He could probably do it book one now, see, and get some training. But uh, you have to you have to really know what the person's doing, and that takes training. That takes good coaching over the years, where there's process, there's doing the procedure, but what is the PC really doing? What's he responding to? What's he saying yes to? And if you're just sitting there doing a golden age of technology kind of robotic thing, you're never going to get it. The PC's sitting there, the needle's real still, or he's smiling and the needle's real still. How do you get a still needle to loosen up? He's in something that he's willing to talk about. He just can't figure out what it is, or it's too unreal, or something like that. Anyway, I find that I use all of my experience every day, and I get enough information from the meter and over the internet to be able to handle them effectively.